And guess what? There is no catch this week. We can go in on all of them. So y'all got y'all defenses out there. I hope y'all got them picked. Um, I'm gonna let you go first. I'll give you the honors of going first with your all-time great defense. You said we was gonna do three apiece, but we're gonna have some fun and interact with the chat as well. But you go ahead and you give me your first defensive greatest defense of all time. Let's go.
I'm gonna be honest. I like obviously, yeah, obviously most people are gonna say the 2000 Ravens, right? But
Oh,
to be honest
ooh,
with you, I
2000.
actually, I actually like the 2002 Buccaneers defense better
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, okay, okay.
because you had that dominant defensive tackle up front and
Mm-hmm.
Warren Sapp. Got Derek Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
Like you literally had an elite player at each level. You had Warren Sapp, you got Brooks, then you got John Lynch and Rondé Barber out there. So that's why I say when I look at like elite, and again, I take anything away from the 2000 Ravens, but like you know, Ray was there. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
like, I mean, it was just a good team defense. Like
yeah.
I like the corners that they had. You know what I mean? Everything like that. Like Rod Wilson, played safety back there. But like we're talking about, like at that time, like all of those guys were literally prime, like prime, like Sal Brooks, Barber. You know what
Ooh,
I'm saying? John Lynch. So
fire, fire.
I like those defenses. I like those
Okay,
defenses.
okay, all right. But in 2000, there was a lot of great defense. In 2000, you could,
Hold on
yeah,
for one second.
of course,
I'm gonna be
my Steelers, we wasn't the number one thing in 2000. We definitely wasn't the number one in 2000. But I think honestly, the number one passing defense of 2000. Correct me, y'all can fact check me on this, but I believe it was the Tennessee Titans. Remember, the Tennessee Titans with Javon Curson was going crazy in 2000. Ooh, they was going crazy. Wow, they was. Y'all definitely can fact check me on that. But I want to go a little bit more before that time. I want to give love to the 91 Eagles, bruh.
okay.
They did look the 91 Eagles didn't make the playoffs that year. They didn't make the playoffs because if y'all remember, Randall Cunningham had an ACL injury. Then he had an ACL injury. But dog, come on, man. How can you not like a defense, bro? Let me just get y'all some of these names, bro. Reggie White, Clyde Simmons, Mike Pitts, Jerome Brown, Seth Joyner, Jesse Small was on that defense, although like he didn't have a lot on the stats, but he still played a part on that defense. Um, Evans, Eric Allen, Wes Hopkins. They was going off. Y'all know Reggie Wright went to Tennessee, 6'5", 291, dog. Came up out the supplemental draft in 84. Clyde Simmons. Yeah, if y'all don't know who that is, defensive tackle. He went to Western Cali, 6'5", 229. They picked him in the ninth round, 1986. He came out. Mike Pitts went to Alabama, 6'5", 277. Boy, Atlanta drafted him in the first round of the 1983 draft. Jerome Brown, number 99. Where he come from? Where Jerome Brown come from? Miami. That's right, dog. First round, ninth pick, 1987 draft, dog. They look, man, they was going in, bruh. Going in. He said the Giants. I'm trying to keep up with the comments. The Giants beat the undefeated Patriots. Okay, all right, yeah, they did. Yes, they did. Cooper Flag, Ice Bailey, Ron Harper Jr. Oh my goodness, he naming them off, bro. He going in. So who's your next defense, man? The
I'm gonna let
best.
you go. I'm gonna let you go.
Okay,
We'll
you gonna
switch it
let me
up.
know? You gonna bounce? He
Yeah.
said Steelers was always hitting that wood. Yeah, we definitely was. The Steelers was always in it. I got to give a shout out to South Coast Kane. He told me to make sure that I got his purple, the purple people eaters, the Vikings back then in the '70s. They was going crazy. They definitely was. So was the Rams, and he said the steel curtain though. He picked the purple people eaters and the steel curtain. He told me to put them down for them too. So shout out to South Coast Kane for that, and I'm gonna go ahead and bounce that. Now, obviously, you want me to go. So I gotta show love to the old school. I get a lot of old, and my old OGs out there. They watch me. A lot of y'all watch me, so I respect that. And for that simple fact, that's why I went ahead and I wanted to talk about the 1975 Rams, dog. I wanted to talk about the Rams, dog. 1975 Rams. Yes, sir. Now, before I get up in this, y'all gonna say, well, who's the 1975 Rams? So I'm gonna educate y'all a little bit. So let me get my notes real quick together for y'all. So they had left a defensive end by the name of Jack Youngblood, 15 sacks, 6'4", 274 from Florida. He was picked in the first round, 1971 draft. Fred Dreyer, defensive end. He was picked up by the Giants in the first round in 1969 draft. Merlin Olsen, defensive tackle. He was on that defense. The Denver Broncos picked him up in the first round, but they traded it to the Rams. Isaiah Robertson was the linebacker over there. Jack Reynolds, Bill Simpson, Michigan. He went to Michigan State. Monty Jackson, that was his rookie year. He came out the 1975 draft, went to San Diego State. Larry Brooks, the defensive tackle, 6'3", 255, went to Virginia State. Like, I gotta show love to the old school defenses. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You already know I gotta show love to these old school guys. And you know what I mean? My OGs out there representing. Y'all know, yeah, gotta show love. So who's on your list next?
I love secondary.
Ooh,
You know,
ooh.
I love a good secondary. You know what I mean?
So I
So
think you going with my Steelers.
no, I'm not. No, I'm not
Okay.
going with your doggone
Uh,
Steelers. What are you talking about going with your Steelers?
you
No,
know, Mel Blunt had 11 interceptions back then with
I
Cho. No, you
mean,
know, no. I mean, 11 interceptions in one season. That defense was crazy. Oh, that still curtain defense was crazy.
yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
Let me,
all right.
I got my stuff on my, I got my
Okay,
stuff saved in on my
okay,
computer. But
okay.
no, I gotta go with the 2009 New York Jets. Right,
Ooh.
first year under Rex Ryan as the head coach. Again, Darrell Reeves All Pro year, led by David Harris at the linebacker position. He had
Okay, all right.
127 total tackles. Bart Scott was there. Jim Leonard
Yeah,
at
yeah.
safety. Obviously, we know Jim Leonard played for the Baltimore
Mm-hmm.
Ravens at a particular point in time. Um, just a overall, just a good defense. You know what I mean? Like I said, I
Yeah.
love secondary. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Revis Island. Again, we're talking about a situation where you got a team that I admire them more because obviously you got Mark Sanchez stepping in as
Yeah.
a first time quarterback, rookie quarterback, stepping in. And you know that in those type of situations, the defense has to shoulder so much of the load. So they ended the season. Um, let me say I got my notes here.
In
They ended
2009, right?
they ended the season only allowing 14.8 points per game, which led the NFL that year. They only allowed
Period.
236 total points that entire particular year. So again,
But
and
we whacked that.
they only averaged 21.8 points per game.
Yeah.
So they like, hey,
Mhm.
look, y'all get two touchdowns and a field goal. Hey, we can win the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They went 9-7 that particular year, finished second in the AFC East that particular year. But that defense right there
Was crazy. That
was
defense
crazy.
was crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
It's crazy.
Shout out to them Jets, man. Them Jets was on point. I ain't gonna lie. But the 2000 Ravens, we got to talk about them. They ain't got to be on our list, but we got to talk about the 2000 Ravens. And for multiple reasons, reasons. Peter Boulware, Ray Lewis, Jamie Sharper, Dwayne Starks, like Rod Woodson, he was playing safety out there. We know they
Yeah.
was fire, and it's an easy pick, right? But the thing is, I want to try to get to some of these younger folks, you know what I'm saying? Some of my kids and some of his friends watch the shows and stuff. So I want to try to educate them on who the coaches was on that 2000 Ravens. You just named one of them. But at the time, he was the defensive line coach for that 2000 Ravens squad. Rex Twine was the defensive line coach for the 2000 Ravens. Hold up, I
Peckham.
ain't done.
Yeah.
Jack Del Rio was the linebackers coach on the 2000 Ravens. Hold up, I ain't done. The defensive coordinator for the 2000 Ravens was Marvin Lewis, the one
Marvin.
of the Cincinnati Bengals most iconic coaches. Even though he lost a lot, but we still remember that, right? We still remember that, right? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we
No,
still
for
got to
real though.
tip the hat. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Mike
Still got.
Smith being a defense assistant and helping Rex Ryan on that defense. Like, come on, like that's epic. Priest Holmes, you got a backfield with Priest Holmes and Jamal Lewis in the backfield. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm just saying, man. Y'all got like it didn't even matter that they had trimmed Dilfer at quarterback, and then they had Shannon Sharp at tight end. But look, that team, I give props to them, man. We seen them, and we had some epic battles with that team. We was obviously right behind them. I believe we led them in sacks that year. I must say that. Yeah, my Steelers led sacks in our division. You know what I mean? So I just want to, talk about the 2000 Ravens and give them they flowers before I get to talking about my next team here because I gotta go most recent. And when we talking about recent with my last one, you know what I'm talking about. The Legion of Boom. They just shut down the opposing offenses in the era. They was catered for offense success. You couldn't do nothing on them boys out there with the 2013 Legion of Boom. That name was hard. That name
It
was hard
was.
because I think it was that name was that's one of the toughest names out there besides the Steel Curtain, the Legion. The Legion of Boom. You hear that? When you hear it, you just get like you be like, ooh, the Legion of Boom. That's just hard. That's like when Bane came out, like I was born in the dark. Think I'm afraid of the dark? Was born in the dark. Legion of Boom. That shit was hard. And I love that defense, man. Now I can name the players. Y'all want me to go in the name of the players for y'all? I'm not gonna do it because y'all know who's on that team. Michael Bennett was the ultimate pass rusher on that defense.
It
And
was.
and
From a defensive tackle perspective too.
Earl Thomas. Huh? Huh? What we talking about? What we talking about here, man? Who we talking about, man? They was great, man. And I love that team, man. The 2013 Legion of Boom. That's how you gotta say it though, bro. Like
That's
when
how
you
you gotta say it. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
bro, that's how you gotta say that. Like, you know what I mean? All right, yeah, man. So who you got up, man? Who you got for your last one, brother?
And again, like I told you, I love secondary.
Yep.
Love secondary. So I
Yep.
go with the 2015 Denver Broncos.
Oh, why the
Chris
D?
Harris,
Why
Chris
okay.
Harris, Keep to lead. Again, defense with guys at all three levels. Von Miller coming off the edge. You had Danny Trevathan leading the team in tackles, 109 tackles. And like I said, you got Akeem Talib and Chris Harris
Mm-hmm.
manning the corners. I mean, again, another team where, again, we pretty much remember that year. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Back and forth with the quarterbacks. Obviously, Peyton Manning ended up getting them over the hump, so
Yes,
to
he did.
speak, because he wasn't the Peyton that played the Legion of Boom. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? He wasn't that incarnation of Peyton Manning anymore. It was over. But that defense did not surrender. Was fourth in the NFL, only allowed 18.5 points. The offense they only averaged 22.2 points per game. So
Okay.
again, similar
Yep.
situation. And like I said, you have to think about this because again, 2015,
Facts.
we can look at it and say, okay, this is when it is getting geared towards offense. You can't touch the receivers and all that stuff like that. So you really just have to you really got to take your hat off, especially to a modern era defense that can be led by a secondary like the
Mm-hmm.
Legion of Boom, like these 2015, Denver Broncos, because it's it's hard to do it with the rules the way that they are now, and then obviously with the new rule about the hip drop tackle and stuff like that. So it's really becoming hard for defenses to do it, but
Yes, it is.
these teams that we've named, you know what I mean? They've done it. They did at a high level. You know what I
high
mean?
level,
Were able to bring the
high
Lombardi
level.
Trophy home.
And we could go on and on and on and on and on and talking about
Oh
the
yeah,
great
yeah.
defense in the
We could go
NFL,
on and
man.
on.
This can go forever and forever and forever, man. You know what I mean? Like because when you get to looking at did I pick the right guys for I tried to get Dick Buckus in there. I did. I tried to get Dick Buckus in the picture, but I couldn't get a photo of him
Hey, but
just
you
in
know
the image.
what? Let me ask you this particular question, right? So
What's that?
obviously you named some older defenses, right? I
Yeah, I
kind of
did.
stayed a little bit. I stayed a little bit more modern, right? In
Right,
terms
right.
of just the teams, right? But if we could take like the best, we know the best offense of the '80s was 49ers, right? We know the
Of the
best
80s?
defense. You think? I mean, you can make an argument between them, maybe the Cowboys with the offense that they did
Mm-hmm.
with running through Emmett Smith. But I think most people will look at it and say, okay, when the 49ers got that offense clicking,
Right.
that was the best. So, like,
It
my
was.
question is, like, the best offense of an era versus the best defense of an era. Who do you give the edge to?
Oh, defense wins championships.
But I'm saying, but
Offense wins.
who would you give the
Defense
edge to? Like, because again, like I said, we just talking about it from a perspective like the 49ers had a pretty good defense in the 80s, right? They did. And the like to say the Bears offense, it wasn't what it wasn't up
Ooh,
there to that level.
maybe we should do this next week. Maybe we should do this next week. We get this together and we start
Yeah,
matching
okay.
up
We'll start in the
some
70s. We'll start with the 70s. We'll
we'll
go
start with the
70s,
70s
80s,
and then we'll go to
80s,
the 80s and then the
90s.
90s and then 2000s. So this
Oh,
all
cause
one show
bro,
or we just going to we focusing with the
no,
70s next week.
bro, I would have started with 2000s.
The 2000s?
I would have started
Yes.
with the best show on turf versus the 2000 Ravens.
Oh, there was a lot of good defenses in 2000 though. Like I said, like
But I'm
the
just, but
Tennessee was that's what the pass you like secondary. They were the number one pass defense, but that was highly because of Javon Curse and dang, who's the other
yeah,
edge rusher that
but
was on that
but I'm
defense?
just saying, from an era. Like I said, I picked the '02 Bucks, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I'll concede and say, okay, everyone's looking at the 2000 Ravens. So that's what I'm saying. How would that look against the best show on turf?
In
How
2000.
how does that look against Kurt Warner,
Ray Lewis was
Marshall
just he
Falk?
was a mastermind back there. He was a mastermind, bro. Ray Lewis was shout out to the U and everybody that's watching from the U, man. All of y'all supporting us, man. I appreciate it. Hit that like button, keep sharing us. But Ray Lewis he was really a mastermind at middle linebacker.
He was,
He he really was. So I would match him up against
bro.
anybody. He said only one quarterback gave him a problem. Just one. Just one.
But I
One
but
quarterback.
but I'm just
And
saying
that was
though that
Tom Brady. He said that was the only quarterback that he had the best. Other than that, Ray Lewis said nobody. So I gotta go with the Ravens as
okay,
of right
we'll
now.
break
But
it down.
until
We'll,
we
we'll, we'll break it down. But
see,
but
that's
but
what
do
I'm
you,
saying. That's what I'm
but
saying. We got to
but I'm
break
gonna
this
say
down.
you
We got to go
do
in and
you want
break
to
it
go
down and get the matchups
do you
and
want to go with the Rams as the offense or you got another offense in mind?
in 2000, the
Just
greatest,
two
the
things.
best.
I mean, we have to do like we say eras. We go like 10 years, like from 2000 to 2010. Do you feel like it was an offense better than the St. Louis Rams from 2000 to 2010?
I do.
Like, cause you okay, which one you got? Who you think from 2000 to 2010
We
you think was
really
better
wasn't
than the
them
Rams?
offensive team, so I'm not gonna say us as offense. Because a lot of our teams won because of defense. But I would definitely put a lot of the Steelers 2000s defense, and this ain't even me being a homer. Y'all know as well in the 2000s the Steelers defenses was crazy with Troy Polamalu back there, Ryan Clark, and
Yeah,
Ike
yeah.
Taylor. Even though he had hands of stone, he dropped everything. He still would bat the shit. But um,
Now, I'm just talking
offense,
about offense though. Like offense, do you feel like it was a better offense than like from
damn, that's a good
2000
question.
2010? Do you think it was like an offense
There was a lot of
better
great players I
than
liked
the
watching,
Rams?
man. I liked the Seahawks then. I liked the Saints, the I can't even say that name on here, but
How about this? How about this? This is what we'll do, right? We'll make it simple, right? So
it's
we'll go, like I say, we'll talk about it. So we'll, like I say, we'll do like 2000 Ravens, right? And we'll find
mm-hmm.
the offense, right? So then we'll do like, whatever defense, like whichever one of the Steelers defenses from the 70s, whichever one you prefer. So like I said, yeah, so we'll do that. We'll just make that the main topic at the end of the show. So we, like I said, we'll do 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and then we'll do 2010 to 2020. So we'll break
Okay.
it down from 10-year increments, and we'll do it like that. And we'll pick a defense, whichever defense that most people feel like was the best defense at that time in
Mm,
that 10-year span,
mm.
and we'll figure out statistically. Now, obviously, again, with the offense, is going to be kind of interesting once we get into like the 2000s, because obviously we know the rules change, and we got to kind of
Man.
be cognizant of that with the defense as well. You know what I'm saying? Because like from 2010 to 2020, I guess most people would probably go with that Patriots offense. Brady the
Yeah.
loss, but we saw what happened to when they ran up against the Giants. But would
What
we say the
happened?
Giant? But would we say the Giants was the best defense at that time?
I mean, I was who at that time the best defense. Statistically, the Giants wasn't the best defense, but look, you can.
That's
I
what I
don't know. You can
said.
argue that. I don't know. Michael
Yeah, but like
Strahan
I
and
said, a
them.
lot. That's why I said a lot of stuff is gonna be about matchups. But like I said, we'll talk about it. But
We got
I said I
to.
want. But like I said, I wanted this stuff. But no, we'll stay in order. We'll start with the 70s. So
It's a
we'll
great series. This is going to be an awesome series. This is going to be great. Like, cause
so we're gonna start with the 70s.
it's like a kid on Christmas right now. I can't wait. I'm gonna push fast forward real quick. Now you got me all excited. But look, all right. So we're gonna start with the 2000s. How about we start most recent and then go back, or we go for, or we'll start back and then go forward. Let's go. So we'll start from the 70s,
Yeah,
80s,
we'll start with
90s,
the
2000s, 2010s, and then
yeah.
okay, all right. So we'll do it like that. So y'all can expect that for us next week. We gonna match up the best offenses and defense from the 70s, the best offense and defense from the 80s, the best offense and defense from the 90s, so forth and so on. And we're gonna match them up and we're gonna talk about it. But I got an announcement to make for everybody out there, man. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to us, man, and all that good stuff. I will be on. I will be going to the Coach Hayes restaurant
Uh-oh.
on Tuesday.
Make sure you order a big
Tuesday
glass of
night.
cane juice.
Y'all make sure y'all there with y'all cane juice, y'all popcorn, and everything else, because I'm going up in there. I'm going in. I'm going to go have some fun, man. I'm going to go have some fun with Coach Hayes, man. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be fun. That's my OG, man. I talk to him all the time. You know what I mean? He's always giving me advice. And, I hit him up and people don't want no they don't want to go to Coach Hayes restaurant. But look, I'm prepared. I'm going to bring my apron and my bib. I'm going to bring my apron and my bib. Yes, I am, because just in case I get cooked, I got a bib for it. You know what I mean? It's all in good fun, though, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all in good fun. It's the off season. We having fun, and I got my CB radio. I got my CB radio, so I'll be on my CB radio. This is my new joint. You know what I mean? Got my seat and all that good stuff. So I'm definitely going in over there. I'm coming with it because us truckers, we got to get a good meal in every now and then. Coach Hayes restaurant was open, so I went there. So I said, "Let's go." Got everything ready. So, but they did tell me to, and I told them, I said, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do." But I'm definitely gonna leave him like this. They're gonna be calling like this, looking for him. They're gonna be like, "What's going on?" Looking for victims. Cause I'm telling you, I don't know. It ain't gonna be like that. But coach is coach, man. But y'all make sure y'all tune in to that show, man. Who he said Breaker 19 Rubber Ducky, Breaker 19 trucking tribute over here. Yeah, he said, Shad, don't be messing with no lot lizards. The lizards of lots.
Man, y'all wow. I don't even, y'all wow, man.
I just pulled over here to go to the restaurant. Over.
Yeah. Hey, wow, bro. Hey,
I'm just
wow.
going over there to go eat, man. You know what I'm saying? He the Waffle House chef. He the Waffle House chef. The Waffle House chef. You don't be lying. That should be good. The Waffle House be hitting, cuz don't even front, man. But yeah, man, that's gonna be fun, man. So I would like y'all support there over there and Tuesday night. I believe that's gonna be what is it, like 8, 9 o'clock or something like that. I know I'll be up late, tired, going to work next day, Wednesday, but it is what it is, man. But y'all make sure, look, nonetheless, before we get on up out of here, man, please support my brother with his books, man. He comes on here, he does an awesome job with me, man. I'm trying to support everything he does. I know, like I said, I'm definitely about to cop my book. So y'all make sure y'all hit Shad up to get y'all copy of his books before he becomes a well-known best-selling author out here. Cause we gonna get there. We gonna get there. Believe that. With the help of y'all and all of us together, ain't nothing we cannot do out here. You dig? You dig? But yo, I had fun tonight, man. This was
Me
great, man.
too.
This was great. I had fun, bro. How about you, man?
Yeah. Hey, but I say this in closing about the Bronny James topic. If it don't work out, him and his dad, they can retire together.
Oh shit.
Average NBA career, 3 years, bro. I got three more in him. They can, re- they can retire. They can retire together, man. The decision part too. To walk away from the game.
Oh man, he got to. He got to do it, don't he? He got to do